and we have it in our heads. And I'm sure there'll be people in these comments saying, you should not be encouraging people to do this. Baby girl, we live in 2021. Women wanna okay. This video is 100% getting demonetized. I can see it already.
Yeah. Small just a little bit. Trying just a little bit.
Hello my little cherubs. I just want to start this video off by saying to you all, doing a bit of a disclaimer and saying everything I'm going to say in this video is just from my own experience and they are my own opinions. You don't have to do what I say. What I say is not gospel truth. Take it with a pinch of salt. This is just my point of view and my opinions. And I'm sure people have a discussion in the comments with their opinions. So let's keep it nice. Let's keep it understanding. And I hope you enjoy the video. Angels, how we doing? I'm back with a girl talk. And this video, we are going to be touching on all things dating, mainly casual dating, casual sex, you know, having a good old time. We're going to talk about it. We're going to talk about feelings, how maybe to not get those feelings for someone you're dating casually, how to be safe emotionally, physically, all those things. I do have a bowl of pasta here. I did just cook this. It's rather late at night and I need to stop fecking doing this because I've got to get up in the morning. I just made me din-dins and it's just like a nice little prawn, spinach, tomato pasta with like a parmesan cheese and a little creme fraiche, you know, the usual. So I'm just about to finish this, but I thought, I asked questions on Instagram and I said, guys, what do you need to know about casual dating and stuff? And we got some responses. And I was kind of going to format this like my heartbreak video with like points, but then I thought, you know what? I don't have the point. All I can do is give you my advice. So I'm just gonna give you my advice to your questions, like the old school girl talks I used to do where I used to just do Q&A. So this is mainly gonna be a little Q&A, but I'm gonna drop some gems. And I know I am, because when do I not? So I'm gonna eat my pasta. We're gonna get into some questions and it's gonna be a good time. Bellissimo. Guys, I really wanted a glass of wine with this meal, but I didn't have any in. So we'll just settle in for our good friend, water. Tips for someone new on the scene, never dated, no idea who/where to go. First of all, before we even get started on this, you need to think, what do I want? Are you like open to a relationship? Are you just wanting something casual, no strings attached? You just want to have sex? What do you want? When you figured that out, then, I mean, dating apps are always good, but I tend to think a lot of people on dating apps, they're just not serious. Like, obviously, there are people on there who are serious, but there's a lot of people who are just after one thing, which is fine if we're all doing this respectfully. But now that bars and everything are open again, I honestly feel like meeting people out and about is good. Like, I've met quite a few people recently just when I'm out. Like, I met someone in a bar, I met someone else like outside of a bar, I met someone else at a train station. Don't be scared to go up to people and be like, yo, like, hi, my name's Emma and I think you're really cute and I'd love to get your number. Like, I know that takes so much courage, but I mean, at the end of the day, what's the worst thing that could happen? You'll probably never see him again. Or if you do see him all the time, then that's even more reason to ask, because it's like, oh, you kind of like know each other. Maybe that's me being way too confident out here, but guys, life is short. We only live once. So embarrass yourself now. No, I'm just kidding. We have to take the chances when they arise in our lives. But dating apps are always good, and just meeting people out and about, or even like going to a certain event, or like picking up a new hobby where you know you might meet people. That's cute. How do you know if you're ready to have casual sex? Well, if you know that you are emotionally in a place where you're not gonna get too attached, you're not gonna wanna make him your boyfriend or girlfriend straight away. And don't get me wrong, guys, developing feelings is completely natural. It's human instinct to develop feelings, but it's being strong enough to be able to walk away from that situation when you have developed feelings and not hang on to it hoping that they will feel the same about you. If you start developing feelings for someone and it's just supposed to be casual, all you can do is talk to them and say, you know what, like, where's your head at with this situation? Because personally, like, I'm starting to get feelings for you, and if you're not in the same place as me, like, we can't be seeing each other anymore. And most people don't want to do that because you don't want to let go of someone that you like, but you have to value yourself more than anyone else, because you will break your own heart. And it's just not what we want to see, really, girls. We need emotional, we need healthy emotional relationships, and we need to prioritize ourselves first. What do I do if I want to keep having casual sex, but I want the guy to also take me out on dates? Date them. Like, everyone has this idea of casual sex that it's like just sex and that's it and you can't do anything else, which to some degree I think is kind of right. And I think if you're gonna have a consistent friends with benefits every week, like, you can't be going on dates all the time because it does start muddling things up. But casually dating someone, dating them, having sex, all that stuff, that's wonderful. But I feel like after a while there has to be some sort of boundary. But that's just for me, might not be the same for you. But I would just say, like, let's go out sometime. We don't always have to come to the house. Like, let's go out, let's go to the cinema, let's go bowling, go restaurant, like just fun stuff, hang out together. I'm just the kind of person, like, if I want something, I'm just gonna ask for it, because people don't take hints. People are not mind readers. They can't jump inside your brain and tell you. Always be vocal about what you want and what you require in a situation, and then you guys can talk it out. How to not get attached. I feel like this is gonna sound mad. I feel like I'm just different mentally than a lot of my friends say to me, like, I couldn't do casual things like you do casual things, because I would just get too deep too quick. When it's casual with someone, you really have to hound it home in your head. Look, this ain't going anywhere. We are not going to be in a relationship. We're not going to be lovey-dovey, whatever. This is purely, I enjoy your company, you enjoy my company. We want to be intimate together. We want to, you know, do nice things together sexually, and that's it. And that's okay. So when it comes to not getting attached, I would just say, put boundaries in place for yourself. Don't be texting them all day, every day. Don't be going on like dates 2-3 times a week. Like, don't be seeing them too often. Don't be doing relationship shit. Don't be doing wifey stuff for them. Don't be, you know, unless it's going towards a relationship, because sometimes casual sex does turn into a relationship, and that's great. But I just feel like there's such a lack of communication within all these things. You need to have mutual respect, mutual communication, not be scared to talk to them about certain things. If it's bothering you, that just needs to be a baseline. So just really think about your boundaries and really prioritize yourself and think, what do I need to make sure I am not getting too deep into this situation that could lead me down a rabbit hole where I'm getting my feelings hurt because they don't reciprocate my feelings that I feel towards them. It's personal for everyone. For me, what I used to do a lot, like specifically, I had a casual sex situation that went on for a year, and then there was a break in between, and then another year. So we basically had 2 years of just casual. It was not going to a relationship, whatever, and we had incredible sex. I miss you. And what helped us in that situation was we did speak a lot, but we actually became sort of like really close friends and like really cared about each other. But it was that mutual respect for each other and mutual care for each other and communication as well. And also me and him, we never had sleepovers. I mean, it was very rare that we had a sleepover. It was just strictly what it was. Like, he was pulling up at 10 p.m. like, you know, like it was what it was. And there was that mutual understanding there. There was no facade about, oh, is this and is this that. Like, it was no sleepovers, kind of booty call situation, I guess you could say. But yeah, we never went on dates either. So it was just what it was, and sometimes that's okay. If someone's caught the feels but you just want casual, who's responsible for ending it? Well, it should be them if they know that they've caught feels and you don't feel the same about them. But if you now know that they have feelings for you and you don't feel the same, it's your responsibility to end it. Like, if you know that and they're not ending it, put them out of their misery, because it's like, at this point, you shouldn't feel bad because you've stated what it is, but I would start to feel bad because I know you like me and I don't like you back. So cut it. It needs to end, because there's always more sex out there. There's always a different whatever, okay? It's not worth hurting people's feelings, and to be honest, them hurting their own feelings. But if you're aware of it and they're not doing anything about it, you need to cut it. This is a really good question. How do you stop feeling guilty and dirty for having casual sex? So society has put this sort of idea in women's heads that we do not have casual sex, and if you do have casual sex, you're a slut, you're a whore, you are dirty, you are just any man's to have, and it's ridiculous. Men are praised for the exact same things that women are shunned for, and they're like, yeah, it makes them masculine for having casual sex and sleeping around with women. But when women do the same energy is not there. For as long as time has been, Women have the same urges that men have. Women want to feel pleasure and women deserve to feel pleasure. But there is still a stigma around women sort of doing what men do, and being casual with people and having sex not in a relationship and just, you know, being liberated, sexually liberated. So I think as women, we internalize that a lot and we start to think, oh, you know what? Yeah, I am a slag. I am a slut. And it's like, no, babes, there's nothing shameful about having sexual urges and having certain sexual needs. As long as you're putting yourself first, as in emotions and well-being and safeness, like, then you're not doing anything wrong. Like, there's nothing wrong with having casual sex as a woman. And we have it in our heads, and I'm sure there'll be people in these comments saying, you should not be encouraging people to do this. Baby girl, we live in 2021. Women wanna fuck, okay? And we deserve to. And I know casual sex is not for everyone. There's plenty of my friends that are just not interested in sleeping with anyone that they're not with, and that is okay. And you know what? Each to their own. And I would never shame a woman for not wanting to have casual sex or whatever. But at the same time, I don't expect those women or men to shame women that do want to have casual sex, because we're all different, and that is the beauty in human nature. We're not the same, and if we were all the same, then it'd be boring as fuck. So I think there's just a lot of shame coming from other people, but I think at the same time, if you know yourself and you know you're doing things for the right reasons and you know why you want to do something and you feel empowered, then that is all that matters. Other people's opinions of you can stay in their mouths and stay in their heads, because it doesn't affect my life whatsoever. Just because you think I am XYZ, it does not make me XYZ. It only makes me XYZ in your brain. And that's not my brain, so I'm not bothered, babe. How do you get through the first sex encounter? I'm so scared. I'm not the kind of person that will hop on a dating app, meet someone, and then straight away have them over to my house and have sex. No shame to women that do that. Do your thing, girl. As long as it makes you happy, do whatever you like. But for me, I do kind of like to go on a date with someone before any of that happens, if it ever does happen. So I would just date someone, go on a date, go on a couple dates, and then if you're feeling the vibes, like if it's feeling like, yeah, you know what, I actually really want to be intimate with this person, then just let it happen. Let it be natural. Don't force something if you don't want it to happen. Never ever feel like you have to do something that you don't want to do. Like, honestly, with situations like this, I would hate for anyone to feel pressured into having sex when they don't want to. It's the most horrible feeling. I've been through that when I was younger. But I know even if you do really want to have sex with someone, it can still be awkward and you can still feel scared. But I would just say, like I've said in all my videos before, when it comes to like not being nervous during sex, like, you're both there because you are attracted to each other. You're both there because you're feeling each other. All you need to do is focus on having a good time. Don't worry about all the little things that you're concerned about, whether it be how your body looks. Are you performing well? Does it feel nice for them? Just enjoy the moment and enjoy exploring with each other, because that is what sex is all about. It's not about an end goal. It's not about an orgasm. It's about exploring each other's bodies and getting to know each other's bodies and pleasuring each other and just having fun. How do you have sneaky links? Do you go on a first date to make sure they're not psycho? I would really advise, I would advise getting to know someone before like you sleep with them, whether it be a date or whatever. But I know some people literally just want a hookup, and that is okay. But if you are doing that, please make sure you're being safe, because I know there are horror stories out there, and I know most people aren't crazy psychopaths that will come to your house and hurt you. Hi, it's editing me. I just wanted to come in here and say I don't like the language that I used there. So I said I used the word psychopath in a very derogatory way. And I just want to say, not everyone that is diagnosed psychopath would hurt you. And I just don't want to play into the stigmatization of conditions like that. So, bye. At the same time, make sure a friend knows that someone's coming over. Make sure a friend knows where you're going, where you are, all of that stuff. Just like being safe in a means of that way. But I think usually you can catch a vibe off someone if, you know, they're weird. Not weird, but you know, if they're giving you strange vibes that make you feel uncomfortable, then you can 100% leave a situation and not go through with it. So I would say, yeah, date someone, get to know them first, but actually build a connection, because that is what makes the sex so much better. Trust me, guys, like when I was in university, I had a lot of casual sex. Meeting someone straight away and having sex with them, it's usually not good. Like, it isn't good. I always say anyway, even if I've been dating someone, the first time you have sex with someone actually isn't good because you don't know each other's bodies yet. Even if the first time's amazing, it's gonna get way better than that because you don't even know each other's bodies yet. I would say getting to know someone better and building that tension between you is the way I would 100% always go, because it's gonna be better than just meeting them and bam, it's happened, because usually it's not gonna be that great. It might be different for you. I'm just not a kind of girl that can 2 pumps and I'm coming, like it just like, it's just not working like that. This video is 100% getting demonetized, I can see it already. Do you think it's sensible to send nudes to someone you haven't met in real life yet? Yes and no. I would say yes if you know it's legitimately them, like you have their Instagram, they're posting their face on their stories, or you FaceTime them, or like whatever it might be. If you haven't met them yet, and you don't have their socials or you don't have certain things and you are unsure if it is genuinely them, then no. But if you are 100% sure it's genuinely who they say they are, then yeah, there's no shame in that. I mean, I would always go down the route of sending through Snapchat or sending through like, you can send like through DMs pictures that disappear. I would kind of always go down that route until you really trust them to physically have photos like that on their phone. And even when you send nudes, I would always say don't get your face in it until, like, I would only be sending videos or pictures with my face in if I was like serious with someone, or if it was like my man, just because you never know what might happen. That's all I'm saying, girls. You never ever know what might happen. But I would never be scared to send nudes, because it's like, God forbid they got not into the wrong hands. That says way, way, way more about the person you're sending them to than it says about you. Because, and actually that's, if I think correctly, that's a crime actually. Dealing with judgments from friends who don't get how happy you are with a casual arrangement. At the end of the day, it's not their situation, is it? Like, you know when your friends are dating someone and you say, oh, show me a picture, and then your friend goes, oh, they're not that cute. And it's like, yeah, but I'm not dating them. You're dating them. So it doesn't matter what they look like. If they're cute to you, they're cute to you. I'm not fucking him. And it's kind of the same with this. It's like, just because your friend does something different to you, it doesn't mean you should judge them or shun them. And if someone ever judges you for decisions that you make in your life and the way you live your life in a negative way, it's like, why are you even my friend then? Because our morals obviously don't align. Stop trying to change me into something that I'm not. Stop trying to make me into your perfect version of me, because I will always disappoint you, because I am myself first and foremost. So I would just have a chat with them and say like, look, I'm super happy in my situation. You don't need to worry about me. Like, I'm good. And if they're sort of giving you a bit of stick about it, I would say like, look, you don't need to be in my business like that. Like, I'm happy with the way it is. It's none of your business. I always get attached to anyone who shows me attention. How do I stop being so desperate? This one makes me sad. There's just an obvious lack of self-love and self-respect and self-appreciation there. And it's like, even me doing this video for all you guys, I just feel like I know a lot about this topic because when I was younger, like from, I would say like 18, 19, 20, even like 21 a little bit, I had a lot of casual sex because I didn't respect myself. Now that's not to say people that have casual sex don't respect themselves, because I'm a person that has casual sex now and I very much respect myself. But back then, I was doing them situations because I needed that validation. I needed to feel attractive. I needed to feel pretty. And in that small moment, it made me feel beautiful and it made me feel worthy. And that was actually something that was negative for me, but I didn't realize that at the time. So having been through both sides of it, the sides where it's like, I was doing it because I needed it, not necessarily because I enjoyed it, to where I am now, where it's like, I only have sex with people because I enjoy it and I want to do it, and it's because I want to and not because I feel like I have to get this validation from someone that I'm attractive. It's like I've been on both ends of the spectrum, and that sort of attachment to someone straight away and thinking that that's going to be the one because you've went on one date or you've had sex once, it is because of a lack of self-love. So I would just say you just need to work on that, and slow steps, one day at a time, and just be kinder to yourself, and just know that like you are worthy, you deserve respect, you are beautiful no matter what. And you don't need anyone else to tell you that. You need to tell yourself that. Oh my God, it cut me off when I was just doing such a deep emotional speech. Basically work on self-love and give yourself that love from the inside out. No one else has to tell you. I mean, it's nice when people tell you, but if you're so strong in that core belief that I am worthy, I am deserving of respect, I am beautiful, I don't need anyone to tell me that, then that is what's gonna make you have better relationships with people. Do you feel like casual sex is an important experience to have? I've been in 2 committed long-term relationships, so never been in a position to. Can't help feeling like I've missed out. I don't think you've missed out. Like, I think being in committed relationships, then that's great. Yes, it is different, like when you're meeting different people and having casual sex, but I wouldn't say it's better than being in a relationship, and I wouldn't say being in a relationship is better than having casual sex. It's whatever works for you. It's definitely not all it's cracked up to be. Like, it sounds fun in essence, like, you know, being with different people, but the novelty definitely wears off. I feel like everyone who is casually sleeping around is just looking for that one good person to sleep with. So if you already have that in a relationship, then like, it doesn't matter. But I mean, if you want to go out there and just try it out a bit, or just even just go on a casual date, it doesn't even have to be as deep as sex, just date a few people and see how it feels, then I feel like casual dating is something that people should do 100%. But casual sex, like, it doesn't have to be sex all the time. Because I do feel like for some people, well, for a lot of people, sex is something that's really important and really deep and really intimate, and you don't have to be like doing it with every Tom, Dick and Harry, you know what I mean, unless you want to. So I would say casual dating is definitely good if you've been in 2 committed long-term relationships before. Just like getting to know people. Like, I feel like I find it so interesting just seeing the different types of people that are out there and different characteristics and traits, because it actually makes you realize what you want in a partner when you see things you don't want in a partner. Can your first time be with someone you have casual sex with? Absolutely. You don't have to be in a committed relationship for your first time. So a lot of people I know, like, they just wanted to get their first time out of the way, so they just did it casual. Personally, I was in a relationship when I lost my virginity, but I know it's not the same for everyone. You just make sure you're doing it with someone that you feel comfortable with and that you know you feel safe with and you feel secure with, because when it's your first time, it is important, because obviously you've never done it before and it's something very intimate. And it can be scary. So I would just say make sure you feel 100% secure with that person, whether that be someone that you're in a relationship with or someone that you're not in a relationship with. Just make sure you feel comfortable. Want casual sex to get to know my body and get to experience, but I'm so afraid of rejection. Well, first of all, you do not need to have casual sex in order to explore your body. You can do that by yourself. I think a lot of people think that someone else is gonna show them what they like on their body. And it's like, no, babes, you can figure that out for yourself. Self-exploration is so important. Masturbation and just trying things out on yourself is how I learned what I like during sex. If I was waiting for someone else to show me that, I'd be waiting a long fucking time, because some people out here are just very concerned with their own pleasure. But let me not get into that rant. When it comes to the rejection is just a part of life. If someone rejects you, it doesn't mean that you're less than, or you're not good enough, or you're not worthy. It just means you're not the person for them. Whether that be because of their own issues or they just genuinely don't get on with you in that way, like, that's okay. I think we've become so scared of rejection in our society. And it's like, sometimes we're just not made for each other, and that is a-okay. Don't mean that I'm not good enough, don't mean that you're not good enough, don't mean you're a bad person, don't mean I'm a bad person. It just means that we're not compatible, and that is completely okay. Just be sure in the fact that if someone rejects you, doesn't mean that you're not good enough. It just means they're not interested in that way. What do you think about dating multiple people? I like it, but don't want to commit to multiple. I think dating multiple people is fine as long as you're being safe. So if you're sleeping with multiple people, just make sure you're using protection. It's just out of courtesy for the other person. Personally, I don't feel as though you need to tell someone you're casually seeing that you're also casually seeing other people. As long as they're sort of aware that, you know, you're not the only person that I'm seeing right now. I feel like that's enough. I don't feel like you have to go into details. I genuinely think in life, some people might disagree with me here, I genuinely think in life, ignorance is bliss. Like, I don't want to know the details about how many other girls you're sleeping with. But if you just tell me, you know, I am seeing other people, that's all I need to know. Because I don't need to sit at home and think about who else you're seeing. Like, I just don't need it. So as long as it's like, okay, we're open, we're free to be seeing other people, that's fine. As long as we're being safe, when it comes to sexually, then that's fine. That's all it needs to be. So yeah, until you get serious with someone, if you do, then I think dating more people's fine. But I will tell you what it is. It's exhausting. If you're dating more than 2 or 3 people, it does get exhausting. Who has time to be texting that many people, seeing that many people? I don't know. There's 2 specific lads who just messaged me for sex. I'm sick of being used, help me. But are they using you? Or are you gonna flip the script and use them? Because there's mutual gain here. From you saying I feel like they're using me, it's just like they're getting what they want and you're left feeling unsatisfied. That's not okay, darling. And just because someone wants to have sex with you doesn't mean that they get to, okay? If you don't want to have sex with them, don't have sex with them. They're not entitled to your body just because you slept with them 1, 2, 3. Say if you slept with them 100 times, it doesn't mean they're entitled to your body. You have the power to say, I don't want to do that, and I'm not happy with this situation. Like, I've been with people in the past where I've slept with them and it's been very one-sided, and it's sort of like they're just getting what they want. Like, I wasn't left feeling satisfied. I don't feel as though they made an effort to please me. They sort of just got what they wanted and it was over. And I've 100% brought that up to them. I've been like, you know, I just feel like that was very one-sided. Maybe not in the moment, but like after the fact, whether it be like on text or whatever. And I've said, you know what, I feel like that was like kind of very one-sided. I'm not interested in doing that again unless like you're more open to trying to please me as well, because it's a 2-way street. Sex isn't just a man getting what he wants and just getting his end away. It goes both ways, and that is what good sex is, when there's a mutual understanding and we're both getting to know each other's bodies and pleasing each other. That's what it's all about. There's no point in having sex if it's not going to be beneficial for you as well as them. What birth control do you use? You're like an older sister I always watched. Oh, that's really sweet. I'm actually not on any birth control. I was on the pill from about the ages of 15 to about 21. I had my own issues with it, so I came off it, and I didn't have a regular sexual partner at the time, so I just came off it. Whereas now my main form of contraception is just condoms. That is just because I personally, I'm very funny about the hormones that I want to put in my body, and especially after doing more research on contraceptions. I know there's non-hormonal contraceptions, but I just feel like right now, especially because I'm not in a relationship, I'm not looking to go on any contraception just for casual sex. Like, no. I'm very okay with the idea of not being ejaculated inside. That's fine by me. So yeah, condoms, all that fun stuff. And I know boys complain about wearing condoms, but it's like, grow up. If you won't wear a condom, then you can't fuck me. It's really as simple as that. Like, and it really fucks me off how boys try to like manipulate and coerce girls into sleeping with them without a condom. It's like, all right then, like, what's gonna happen if I get pregnant? So you're ready to be a dad? Is that what you're telling me? Stand your ground, ladies. Stand firm with what you want. Don't let anyone pressure you into not using protection if you want them to use it and they're being reluctant. Be like, cool, so looks like you won't get inside here tonight. 9 times out of 10, a guy would rather take sleeping with you with a condom than having no sex at all. So I feel like I'm being very straight to the point in this video. I don't know what's getting to me. Maybe it's because it's late at night. I'm getting a bit ratty. I'm tired. Recommended brand of condoms. We love these questions. So, ladies, condoms are expensive. Let's not fucking lie to ourselves. So, if you go to the sexual health clinic, you can get free condoms. If you get a sexual health check, which I advise everyone to do, especially before you start sleeping with someone new, if you've been having unprotected sex before, or even just like generally just have a sexual health checkup maybe like every 6 months or so if you slept with someone without protection. If you slept with someone without protection and you're concerned about it, wait 2 weeks from after the sex, then go and get tested. You can actually get at-home test kits, which are really convenient, and they do come with condoms inside as well. But if you physically go into the clinic, which there'll be one near you, if you go on the NHS website for people in the UK, you'll be able to find a local, I think the one I used to go to was like called a GUM clinic. So they do all sorts of things there. But I used to go physically in to get sexual health checks, and they're really important and they're nothing to be embarrassed about. Like, making sure you're good, there's nothing to be embarrassed about. The people in the clinics are always dead nice. I've even had an examination once because there was a trainee nurse there and they wanted to do an examination. I guess they thought I looked like I was friendly. So I was like, yeah, go on, I'll bust my legs wide open for this doctor right here. And I did it. And I'd do it again. So yeah, sometimes if you have symptoms, like they'll ask to check and everything like that, but you can get free condoms there, which are usually Passante, I think, which, I mean, they're not the best ones, but beggars can't be choosers around here. I think skin condoms are nice, SKYN, they're nice and thin for the guy. I mean, I don't know how it feels for a guy. So like, I think preferably most guys would rather have thin feel condoms where it's like not as thick, because I know a lot of guys complain about, oh, condoms feel like this and they feel like that and they're too this and they're too that. So it's like if you get one that's like more designed to be thinner or just like more like skin feel, solving a problem, ain't ya? So yeah, skin condoms, Durex are good. I think I haven't really tried many other ones, and plus I don't know how it feels, so I'm not sure. To me, I don't mind the feeling of a condom inside me. It literally feels no different for me because I got them cushioned walls. Oh, this is a good one. Their house or yours? Whichever you feel more comfortable in. I would always advise to go to a house where nobody is. So if you live alone, or if they live alone, or say their room, well, you can have, I've had plenty of sex with people in the house, but as long as you know you're not going to be disturbed, that's all that matters. We need a really good question for the last question, okay? I'm going to try and find one. Okay, let's leave with this question. So, how often is too often? Oh, that's a good question. I just think it's whatever feels right for you. If I was sleeping with someone casually, like it depends how long we've been sleeping together. If it's like a long-term thing, like I had a friends with benefits that I was sleeping with, we would see each other like at least minimum once a week, except for the weeks that I was on my period. But once a week, or I mean, sometimes it was twice a week if we was really feeling it, but it was once a week. But then I've had other casual things where it's like I see you once a month, something like that. It's just whatever works for you and whatever works like for you guys. I think when you are seeing someone really frequently, there is the fear that you're gonna start liking them further than what it is. So I would say put a boundary in place for yourself to just seeing them fortnightly or once a month or whatever works for you. You'll know what works for you. If once a week is cool, then that's cool, but I know that might be too much for some people and they might start getting feelings and stuff. So it's whatever works for you. There's no right and there's no wrong. Just do what makes you happy. So this was a very juicy girl talk. I hope you all enjoyed this and I hope it actually helped you in some way. I know there's still so much stigma around women being sexually liberated and doing what they want with their bodies and having casual sex, but I'm just here to tell you there's nothing to be ashamed about. As long as you're doing things safely, physically and emotionally and mentally, that is all that matters. And make sure you're doing things because you really want to do it and not because someone is pressuring you into anything. At the end of the day, it's your body. You have all the rights to say when you don't want to do something and when you're not comfortable with something. So I hope this left some of you feeling empowered. I hope you gained a bit of knowledge from this, even just from my experience. I'm no expert. As I say all the time, I'm no expert. I can just tell you from my experience, but I hope it helped in some way. I'll see you guys very, very soon with a new video. Let me know if you're liking the girl talks and what kind of girl talk I should do next. And thank you for watching. So I'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.